Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh and in today's video we will be discussing about one of the latest technologies of the artificial intelligence, that is ChatGPT, artificial intelligence chat bot. So let us first understand the timeline of the video. First we'll be looking at the news, then what is ChatGPT, then about its limitations, then what is artificial intelligence, its benefits, and in the end a mains practice question. This topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is Science and Technology. See, what do you need to know about this is, this can be a very good example for you to write in your mains answer writing, as the topic of artificial intelligence and the questions related to artificial intelligence has been asked in mains exam. So let's get started and see the news, and this news has been taken from Indian Express and it says, what is ChatGPT? The artificial intelligence chatbot that everyone is talking about. So first we need to know that the technology that we are talking about is artificial intelligence. So that is the first thing. Second is the artificial intelligence chatbot we are talking about. So what is a chatbot? Chat is talk and bot is robot. See, something which is predetermined and is giving you an answer which is not done by a living human. So this is done by technology in the form as humans will do, but is not done by human. So that is a chatbot, and this is ChatGPT. ChatGPT means something which is predetermined and has been told to do like this, because if a human would be sitting at the same place, will do the same thing the same way. So what is in news is that the artificial intelligence research company OpenAI has given out a chatbot which is ChatGPT, which is a prototype dialogue based AI chatbot. So this is a prototype dialogue based artificial intelligence chatting machine which is capable of understanding natural language and responding in natural language. So this is one of the major features of it, that the natural language can be understood by it. So if you will, or a human or anyone would ask a question in a very normal and a natural language, then the chatbot will be able to understand it and will respond in the same way also. And then it interacts in a conversational way. It means that there is a two-way dialogue. Someone would be asking a question, then an answer would come, and in return also, if someone will ask a question, then also the chatbot will be able to understand it. Then the answer follow-up questions, as I've said just now, it admits its mistake also if any mistake is being done by the chatbot. Then challenge incorrect premises also and reject inappropriate requests. So this is what is the news. Then let us understand that what is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is based on GPT 3.5, which is the present model, and earlier there was a model also of GPT 3. So it is based on GPT 3.5 and the language model uses deep learning to produce human-like text. Human-like text. As we say that what is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence means technology where machine is working like humans, but in living or in reality the humans are not working. It is the machine which is working and is behaving like a human. So that is what is the purpose of artificial intelligence in this sense. Then the older GPT-3 model only took text prompts and tried to continue on that with its own generated text. So the present model, which is based on GPT 3.5, that is the predetermined text. So the earlier model, which was GPT-3, had some limitations, but now working on it, GPT 3.5 is more advanced than the earlier GPT-3 model. So the ChatGPT or the chatbot is more engaging as compared to the earlier GPT-3 model. So it has better at generating detailed text and also in a conversational manner. then it can even come up with poems, it has memory and the conversation approach. As I said, that the question answer round can be done with it. So these are the points where the improvement has been done as compared to the older version. Then the OpenAI has only opened the bot for evaluation, and that is also based on the API access, that is application programming interface, is expected to follow soon. So whenever the API access will open or the API access will be given to others, then what will happen is then developers will be able to implement ChatGPT into their own software. But for now it has not been done. The API will follow in the coming time, so that many of the developers who wants to install it in their software can do it. But for now, at present, this has not been done, will be done in the coming future. Then few of the you can say that the evidence that the ChatGPT or the chatbot is working really well or is a wonder that people are finding in today's time is, few of the examples are these. So see, one of the tweet is, I cannot compete with this. So the person has asked a question and the chatbot has given the answer in the same language. It means the natural language. Then one more tweet has been done which says that what kid is ever doing homework again now that ChatGPT exists. So now what the students used to do by themselves, the homework that they used to do by going home after the school, now the chatbot is capable of doing that homework also. Then one more tweet says that the ChatGPT could be a good debugging companion. It not only explains the bug but fixes it and explain the fix also. It means whenever something is done, then the chatbot will be able to explain it, that how it is done, why it is done. It means the conversational approach is there. Then let's talk about its limitations, that if something has something pros or something good with it, then limitations will also be there, and especially in the case of technology, pros and cons both sides are prominent. So now let us talk about the limitations, because we have already seen the strengths also and why it is chatbot is an improvement as compared to its older version of GPT-3. Then the problem with artificial intelligence technology is that it is prone to misinformation and biases, because many a times what can be done, because the artificial intelligence is a robot and it's a technology, they will not be able to know that whether the information given is right or wrong. Then it can give incorrect answers to, say, algebraic problems. So what the technology will be doing is what has been inserted in it or what has been told to it to do. So many a times we have seen that the incorrect answers can also be given in that case. Then people can easily be misled because the misinformation can be given, and because we are so prone to technology in our daily life, that many a times we tend to believe that whatever the artificial technology or the artificial intelligence technology is saying to us, or the information which has been given to us is absolutely correct, and we tend to believe it without cross-checking it or doing something else. Then comes the incorrect or nonsensical answers, as because of misinformation, biases, incorrect answers and misleading. Incorrect answers are meant to be there because on humanly basis what we can do is we can ask a question, and if we are not satisfied with the answer, then we can cross check it. But what is the problem with the artificial intelligence technology or the robotics or the technology is that many a times they do not believe, or they are not meant to give information which are not told to them or which has not been inserted to them. So this is where the problem lies, that the misinformation and misleading problem is something which has always been there with the artificial intelligence technology, but this problem will gradually vanish as the time passes. Now let's talk about artificial intelligence or artificial technology. What is artificial intelligence? So artificial intelligence is an action of machines. It is an action which is done by machines accomplishing tasks that have historically required human intelligence. So like for example, imagine this is a human who is doing something on its computer. Bear with my drawing. So like this is like this only. So this is a human who is doing something on his or her computer. But now what is happening is, instead of this human or any living creature which used to do the work, now there will be a computer and already things will be inserted in it, that how to answer this and what needs to be said and how it needs to be said, so that human will not be required anymore to sit and do that work. So that human touch or that human value is not there because of the artificial intelligence, because the computer or the technology has become so advanced that now they are doing things which needed in earlier times humans to be there to do it. Then it includes technologies like machine learning, pattern recognition, big data, one of the most important topics going on in present time, then neural networks, self algorithms, and etc. So these are the technologies that are basically included in it. Then artificial intelligence is also a branch of computer science which is concerned with making computers behave like humans. So this is basically the point which you can write. The third one is, I would say, the best point to write, that whenever a question about artificial intelligence comes, or you are writing a question about artificial intelligence, so just to describe artificial intelligence in one line, because in mains answer writing you do not have much space. So you can say that it is a branch of computer science which is concerned with making computers behave like humans. And then there are so many technologies involved in this. So this will form a good introduction of your answer if you have to write one. Now let's talk about that what can be the benefits of artificial intelligence. First, let us talk in terms of agriculture. So in agriculture, artificial intelligence will help sense how much water the crop needs. So if we will be in coming times, what we can do is we can arrange for an artificial intelligence technique and can see that which crop needed how much water, so that whenever the water levels are more or less, then there can be a buzzers and the farmers will come to know about it. Then in the policing scene, so this can be the best use of artificial intelligence. So because the policing has a very difficult job to do, and to identify criminals and the crime records become extremely difficult for them. So predative policing in India can be done with the use of artificial intelligence, so that we can take samples and things whenever there is a crime and can put them in one database, so that whenever in future we need an access of that database, or that database can help us in finding few of the criminals or to try solving few of the cases. Then one can predict the pattern of crime, and the government is digitizing. This is one of the very good steps which the government is taking now. Then the government is digitizing all the records, especially the crime records, putting it into one single place. Important word here is the one single place, and that is called the CCTNS. So this is one of the best examples you can write about the artificial intelligence, that a one single database can be prepared, and no matter whether the police is in Kanyakumari or in Kashmir, that the person if needs an access to that database, then the police can have that access and can try to solve things at a very faster pace and on a very lighter note. Then comes analyzing the data. Then this helps in analyzing data and can improve efficiency of the systems like power management in cars, mobile devices, weather predictions, video and image analysis. So these can be few of the benefits also. There can be many more benefits also, but I've written these ones. And policing is one of the best examples that you can write. Now let's talk about the challenges, because we have already seen the benefits. Challenges can be one of the biggest things to hit the technology industry. See, the biggest problem with the artificial intelligence is all over the world also, and majorly in India, is what we can say is that India is not very well equipped to deal with artificial intelligence yet, because we do not have the sufficient research and development centers, and the academicians matchup is not expected as or up to the same level which is required or which is going on in the global world. We need more and more R&D centers and more research and academic sections coming together, so that they can find a better solution or a better technology or a better equipment to deal with the artificial intelligence thing, and that can be in our country. Then India has a relatively small body of researchers and research output in the field of machine learning, because this is a very advanced technology and we need that advanced research also to be done, and those advanced minds need to understand this, that the India has this structural problem that the research and development is not that much. Then Indian companies have been slow to adopt AI, because we need those companies first. Secondly, it needs a very high skilled workforce to understand this. Third, the research and development is expensive. Fourth is you need a lot of capital to understand and to adapt to artificial intelligence, and there are not many people who are equipped to understand this. Then does not possess enough trained manpower to apply machine learning. This is also a problem, and the cost of failure is very high. So even if we try to move towards the artificial intelligence part, but if we do not succeed, then the cost which is incurred in these projects is very high. So for example, if there is a project and we are not able to do that project and the project is not successful enough, then becomes a problem, because there is a lot of capital which has already been invested in it, and this is not a very small or a short term period. This is a long term period and a lengthy period and a slow and a gradual period which will reach its destination in a longer go. So if this project does not become successful, then a lot of time period and a lot of cost will be at stake. So these are few of the challenges. Then in the end, let's do a mains practice question. You have to write this question in 150 words, and I've given you a very easy one. Discuss, command is discuss. Discuss how artificial intelligence can be used to meet India's socio-economic needs. So try to think this part, that how artificial intelligence can help India in solving its socio-economic needs. So you need to think and try to do your answer writing practice. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.